Hey, yo. Check it.
Welcome back, hero.
My word is my sword, Hokage and Batosai, pulling the blades out of the forge, yo. Prior to my knowledge of the Force, was thinking Jedi, but through obtaining holocrons from both sides, I'm under gray skies. Everything that glitter ain't kyber crystal, my mind to lift you. In this time we shine together, disarm your pistol, yo. Welcome to the SwordCast. My wordplay, my swordplay.
Welcome to Up, Down, Down. It's your boy.
It's your boy Xavier Woods. Hey, man. Welcome to episode, what is this?
43.
Welcome to the, it is. Welcome to episode 43 of the SwordCast. Thank you all for joining us. We have our second guest ever in the video era of the SwordCast. We have a best friend of mine, my manager too. So when you handle business, this is the face.
Oh, wow.
Dealing with video game experts. Everybody, you guys make some noise for my homie Chris. Clap it up for Chris, y'all.
Hey, can I clap for myself?
Yeah,
can
man.
I do it?
Sure.
Let's go. We
have a no narcissist policy, sir. So you are now removed from the So episode 43. This is just my second episode back from my injury, and we about to focus on a lot of games today. So episode 43, episode Troy Polamalu.
Boom. Episode Anthony Tolliver, Detroit Basketball Pistons. You already know I got one.
Why do you?
I'm about to embarrass myself and say something like Chris Humphries. Like, what you?
Episode.
Come on, man.
Darren Sproles. Darren Sproles. Let's go.
Who else? That's the only one I got, bro. Anthony Tolliver used to hit them.
I'm kind of upset Chris said Chris Humphries.
I think he might be right, though. I think Chris Humphries is.
He's right. It's not the fact that he was. It's not a right or wrong thing. It's the content thing. It's
right. Yeah.
Hey, I said I was going to embarrass myself, man. I had to be prepared for the SwordCast. I was like, yo, they on episode 43. I have to know a player. And I'm like, dog. I can only think of like two people, and one of them is Chris Humphries.
Humphries, actually,
Chris Humphries.
All jokes aside, he did have like that 1 year where he was going crazy.
Bro, he had one or two pretty decent seasons. Yeah.
He was all right, man.
He looked like safe Blake Griffin. Like Blake Griffin's brother who went to like Country Day.
Slade Griffin.
Right.
And that does it for the sports section of the SwordCast.
Oh yeah, you guys can't do this. You guys.
I can't do it from here.
He goes in and adds them in after,
I mean, we'll see about today.
You poking holes in our, you exposing.
Right? Yeah. Come on, bro. Chill. You lifting up the curtain, dog. Relax.
You lifting up the hood and showing everybody the engine, man.
Right.
So we're gonna get into some dope video game stuff. That's why we got Chris on here, because my man's an expert. But right now, let's start with the guest, man. Chris, what are you into currently right now?
I've just been reading a lot of manga. I've been reading Baki. Just randomly I was like, you know what, man, I'm gonna start reading Baki because.
The Baki manga is dope, right? But how do you feel about the Netflix show? Because me personally, I love original Baki, but I'm not a fan of that animation style that they use for Netflix. I don't like it that. I
don't mind it because realistically, Baki's drawn in a way where I don't think it would really even be appealing anyway. Like he over exaggerates the whole muscle definition thing to the point where it's not even like attractive.
It looks like it hurts.
Yes.
So here's what I'll say. I don't mind it as much in the Baki. Like, I hate that animation style, period. The only reason why I can tolerate it, and when we talk, just to give more specificity to, we're talking about that like cell shaded 3D style animation. Yeah. I think that shit is trash. However, the only reason why I can tolerate it in Baki is they only do it every now and then. They only do it for certain scenes. Most of it is still hand drawn, or has the appearance of hand drawn, like 2D hand drawn, and I really appreciate that a lot more. I don't mind because you know what else? Like Vinland Saga has a little bit of that 3D in it every now and then, but the fights, but like most of the animations are still single layer cells, which to me, I mean, anime is not anime unless it's single layer like that.
That's how I feel, man. Seriously, it's got to be the single layer, man. That's what makes it. That's what makes it anime. It has that hand drawn animation vibe. So I don't like it.
Yeah. What else you been into, bro? Is it just the manga?
I mean, yeah, pretty much, man. It's like as far as video games go, I'm pretty much tapped out on this generation. I've pretty much already decided I'm not buying anything else, and I have very specific reasons. Hero, you are aware of those things. We've had those conversations. As far as anime to watch, I mean, I watch One Piece, so hey, here's the guy. I watch the show everybody watches, right?
You have something to do every single day for the rest of your life, right?
Hey, man, I caught up. I caught up in 2 weeks. So I literally watched the entirety of One Piece in 2 weeks, and I got off my couch and I was fat, bro. I gained like 15 pounds. And,
I remember,
but I did it. I caught up. And I'm also reading Vinland Saga too. Reading that. Vinland Saga to me is the best manga. Period. I think it's the best manga. I think it's the best manga I've ever read.
Ooh,
and
I have to see. Okay, I'd have to say, and I am a big Naruto fan, but I do. This is one case where I love the anime, but the Naruto manga is better than the show. Like the manga is amazing.
Yeah,
I think that's probably my favorite.
I finished the Naruto adventure with the manga and not the anime.
Me too. So did I. So I'm gonna have to. Yeah, man. I was up on the Vinland Saga manga, and I haven't seen the anime yet because it's on something weird. It's on Amazon Prime, right? Hero.
Correct.
Yeah. So I gotta check it out.
It's dope. I haven't finished it yet, but I have been watching it. I keep falling asleep in the fucking same episode, bro. So I have to. But so if I can segue into what I'm into, what I have rewatched thanks to your suggestion, Jared. Fuck, I gotta edit out your government name. My bad. Noveliss is
we're all friends here, man.
Friends
right? Yeah, I know.
I was Jinx. Chris can't talk for the rest of the show.
We got comfortable since we're all together. So, but yeah, no, I rewatched Connoisseur of the Iron Fortress. That shit is fucking incredible, bro.
Let's go.
Good.
Yo,
let's go.
So Chris put me on Connoisseur of the Iron Fortress. Look, man, this is. I got a little irritated at the end because homegirl was bothering me how she was so brainwashed by my man's.
Yeah, that was silly.
But in terms of like a show that had that same vibe as like Attack on Titan, this show had like no downs. It was just like,
yep.
You know what I mean? So I really enjoyed Connoisseur at Iron Fortress too. It's really
fire.
Super.
Yeah. No, I think that there's some controversy here. It's possible that maybe Chris put us both on this but I watched this shit like years ago. Like the first time I watched it was like in 2016 or something. And I just recently went back to rewatch it. So I think what reminded me of this is that like once Attack on Titan seasons 2 and 3 came out, I was like, bro, like this really has the same vibe as Connoisseur, because it came out like they initially came out at the same time as they almost, I don't know if it was intentional, but it seemed like they were competing with one another. And I think, Attack on Titan had the big budget and the big studio behind it, but bro, I'm telling you, dog, Connoisseur of the Iron Fortress had in my opinion, a more interesting story, and the intensity. Like you said, bro, there was no downs at all. It stayed at a high level of intensity the entire ride through.
And let's keep it real, right? A much better main character than Eren from.
Oh hell yeah, no question.
You know what I'm saying? way better main character, and I mean, I do love Attack on Titan, but it always kind of bothers me when shows like that. I guess I get, because Cabinet and the Iron Fortress kind of did it a little bit too, but not to the point where Attack on Titan like had shifted the whole focus to like humans being the enemy.
Hold on, I still haven't finished season 3, so let's try not to spoil it.
No, I'm talking about season 2, because that's how season 2 of Attack on Titan. Where they do like kind of the Walking Dead. That's what made me stop caring about Walking Dead, was like the problem became the humans and not the zombies anymore. So, but yeah, man, that's dope.
Man, he freeze?
No, he didn't freeze. He just doesn't know that we can't hear him. Oh, now he's frozen. All right, bro. So we've officially proved that that's on. Oh, there you go. Yo, all right.
Am I frozen?
Nav. No, you're back.
Okay.
But hold on a second.
Okay.
We just officially proved that this is your problem and not ours, because me and Chris were both good talking to each other the whole time, and you fucking went into a frozen carbonite.
Hey man, look, I'm just gonna have to. Maybe I'll sit on the roof next time. Next time we do this. But man, the God of High School, man, right? I read the manga.
You've been talking about that a lot, actually.
Bro, that has the best first episode of a manga, of a cartoon, of an anime that I've ever seen, maybe.
So I read the manga, the little webtoon thing. I read the manga last year, and the first episode just came out. And I was telling people, like, this, based off the manga and the story and the concept of the show, in that first episode, like, this show has the potential to be a literal all-time great. The first episode was amazing. One of the best like anime pilots I've ever seen.
All right, I'm gonna check it out, man.
I haven't read the manga.
Talking real greasy about this show, man.
Gotta check it out, man.
I'm gonna have to read the manga. I haven't read the manga, but I did watch the first episode, and I can say flatly that's probably the best first episode of an anime that I have seen, certainly in recent memory, maybe of all time. It was fantastic.
It was awesome. So yeah, if you guys are listening out there, you're looking for a new anime to get into, and you don't want to be behind, the God of High School just started, and if I'm to sell you on it a little bit, it's come on, man, this is me, right? I'm an action junkie. I'm obsessed with fighting. This is a martial arts tournament. Okay, that's what the show is about, and these characters are insane. Y'all gotta check out the God of High School, man.
Boom.
So yeah, bro. All right,
I'm with it, man. I thought you were gonna say something about Jujutsu Kaisen, because everybody's been hyping it, and I was like, man, Jujutsu Kaisen, man. Like, I tried reading it, man. I just can't. I can't do it.
I don't know if I addressed this on the last episode. I may have, but Tower of God, man. A lot of y'all were hyping that show. Like,
you did address it. You addressed Tower of God. You did. I think you and Hero both went in on Tower of God.
I was disappointed. It's not bad. It's not bad at all, but people were talking about it like it was a one season anime, and it's clearly, this first season was clearly just to build the world, and now the next season is going to be all the bigger things at play. So I was just a little disappointed when I finished it. But all right, man. Quick wrestling recap for my wrestling fans out there. Quick. All right, man.
Why the emphasis on quick? I'm lost. Go, hey, Hero, please.
I'm gonna let Noveliss go ahead.
Because something happened that made me really angry, and I'm gonna try to just breeze through it. But NXT, Great American Bash. Shout out to Keith Lee, Black. Hey man, Black wrestlers matter, man. Let's go. Keith Lee, first ever. Double champion in NXT, finally beat Adam Cole. He is the NXT champion and the NXT North American champion. Shout out to him. That was dope. AEW Fighter Fest. It was cool. Nothing crazy happened. Some good matches. Orange Cassidy with the main event, and they poured orange juice on his face. I thought that was hilarious. But Orange Cassidy has the best gimmick in wrestling right now.
I thought the best match on that card was the four-man tag with
the
that
Young
shit
Bucks
was, and I don't even like the Revival. I don't like old school like
fists.
You know what I'm saying? Old school, like big square refrigerator guy wrestling, and and his slightly skinnier partner, and them doing a bunch of like tagging in real. I don't give a fuck about that shit. Like I know that's like the good old school technical wrestling.
You want the flips? There's nothing wrong with that. Bro.
Give me all of the ninja flips. Give me all the flippy shit. Give me all the spot monkeys.
Yo,
I like that shit, bro. Fuck off. I like it. Sorry.
One of the craziest spots I've ever seen in my life was when Phoenix did the step up Mexican destroyer on the outside.
On the outside, on some niggas, just on some people.
on some people.
Right.
So yeah, man. But and then I mean the thing that's gonna make me angry, but I do gotta. This really kills me, right? Because wrestling, you hear they're doing empty arena shows because we have an idiot as a world leader here, right? If you look at Japan, their coronavirus death numbers are super low, right? So now they have not done anything this whole time because they were actually taking the proper precautions. And now New Japan is like they're back for real, and they have fans at their shows, right? So New Japan came back, they had Dominion. Oh man, I'm just gonna have to hurry up and get this out, right? So
go for it, man.
You got Evil wins the New Japan Cup. Whack. Then, that was fine, right? But then Evil turns on Naito and he joins Bullet Club, which Bullet Club I hate Bullet Club now. It's not good like it used to be. It's become this watered down thing. I don't like it. It's supposed to be a Gaijin stable, and Gaijin means like foreigners, right? It's supposed to be a Gaijin stable, but it's not the case. Like they have all types of Japanese dudes in and out, so it doesn't make any sense to me. But Evil turns on Naito. Then he goes on to beat Naito for both his belts at Dominion, and I was very upset about it. Like for the first time ever, I can't figure out what they're trying to do. And I usually always see light at the end of the tunnel because New Japan is pretty good about booking, but I thought this was pretty whack, man.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see it, but I saw the reaction to it. This was one of the first times where I've seen people being legitimately, like, really critical of New Japan.
Well, because, I'm a big Naito fan, right? And
yeah, me too.
Naito has the best, like, wrestling story ever. His story is literally, like, it's like 8 years in the making, right? He just to run through it real quick, his whole thing is, he used to hate the Intercontinental belt because when he won G1 like back in like 2014 or something, he was supposed to main event Wrestle Kingdom like you do when you win G1, but the fans didn't want him to. They wanted to see Tanahashi and Shinsuke Nakamura for the Intercontinental belt. So he hated that belt because it main evented over him when it shouldn't have because it was a secondary title, right? So then when he won that belt later, he treated it like crap. He would like throw it up in the air and like drag it on the ground because he hated the belt. So then when Wrestle Kingdom was the 2 nights this year, he had to win the belt that he hated to get the one that he actually wanted, or after all these years. So on night 1, he wins the Intercontinental belt, and now he doesn't treat it like crap because he knows he needs it to get the other one. Then he wins the other one. Now he's the first ever double champ, and then he just loses it this fast. Like, what are you doing, man? I thought it was whack.
Yeah, man. That sucks. But hold on though. You still have faith in New Japan. Do you think they can pull this off and like save face somehow? Do you think they can pull a story rabbit out of their hat to make this all dope? Is it possible?
Yes, I do, but I am really hoping that it does not end with Okada saving the day because I love Okada, bro. I think Okada's one of the best wrestlers ever, but like we don't need him. We don't need that anymore. Like we've had that since. And
they kind of do him the same way that Vince tried or wanted to do with Roman Reigns, right?
Yeah, they do. But Okada's much better wrestler, man, and worker. He is he is a top tier.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And I'm one of the guys that thinks Roman Reigns is not a terrible wrestler, but he's not. I obviously understand
He's
that
just
like
a victim of
Isn't Roman Reigns the dude that Vince continues to try to ram down my throat anytime
I don't
I
not as
watch
much
wrestling?
anymore, but yes,
well,
for
that's
sure.
because he's gone. He hasn't been there. It's because of
Yeah, because he's got fucking cancer, or he had cancer, and Vince McMahon wanted him to still wrestle inside of all that coronavirus. Like what?
Vince McMahon's a super. Hey, what do you mean you got cancer? You're not a
That voice, bro.
My money's compromised. You better get in here and wrestle, Roman.
Man,
Put
the
some
Vince McMahon
antibiotics
voice,
on it.
man.
That's what Trump said. You gotta ingest it. Just put it right in you. Get a shot.
Rub some ointment on it. Come on.
Bro, how'd you get so good at that voice, bro? Like, how'd you just like get to the point where you can just on command, just kick it out? You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. I have a few voices that I like to do, and one of them is the Macho Man. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Wait. I heard Palpatine was looking for a girl, though.
Kill the girl.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah, Palpatine is that's probably my favorite one too. My boy, I need Snoop.
Ridiculous.
All right, man. So we're gonna get into the gist of this episode. A lot of video game talk. My friends, let's start with our guest first. Chris, what is a game that you are terrible at?
Oh, Call of Duty, no question, bro. I'm so bad at Call of Duty, and it's weird because I'm like, bro, like I am a Halo.
That's what I was gonna say.
Like stan, bro.
You're
like
so good at Halo.
I am a Halo fan. I know the lore. I read the books. I watch the films. Like there's nothing that makes me happier like than them announcing a new Halo game. Like I'll cry like watching the shit. You know what I'm saying? But when Call of Duty, like as a shooter, you know, you just think like shooter. You know, play a shooter, whatever. You know what I mean? Bro, I'm so trash. Like, and so if you want easy dubs, bro, put me on the opposite team. You know what I'm saying? and I got you, bro. If you're trying to make your highlight reel for your Twitch page, bro, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to get your YouTube shit off, bro. You trying to get your shit off? Holla at your boy, man. And I'm gonna have you out here looking like you're amazing, bro.
Jesus Shuttlesworth out here.
Jesus Shuttlesworth of the Call of Duty, bro.
That's hilarious. Hero, what is a game that you are terrible at?
I'm sure there's a few, but the one that immediately came to mind was Madden. I do not like. I don't know. Like, you know, my relationship with football is like I don't play basketball anymore like I used to. So like I just needed more sports in my life. So I kind of just adopted football. But I was never a huge football fan as a young person. I didn't become a football fan until I was grown, basically. And so as a result, like I wasn't super intimately familiar with like like now, since I watch the fucking Lions all the time like an idiot, I've gotten very good at like understanding like how, you know what football strategy should be. But at the time when I was younger, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, right? Like I would try to go for it on fourth down every single time. Like I would never like try to punt ever. I would try to throw like Hail Marys every play just because I figure like logically speaking, the best way to score a touchdown is to throw the ball far as fuck. Right or not? Apparently not. So I was always trashed at that game. And now, to be perfectly honest, my experience with Madden nowadays is buying it when it's like $15, going to the season mode and creating a really good running back and a really good wide receiver, and like living a fantasy where Matthew Stafford throws for like 70 touchdowns and the Lions go like 16-0 and win the Super Bowl every year, bro. Like that's
hey man, that's not a bad dream, man.
Right, bro. Spend the weekend just being a fan of the Super Lions, bro. Matthew Stafford. Look, one season my Matthew Stafford threw for like 91 touchdowns and 0 interceptions.
You was that guy.
That nigga threw for like 7,000 yards on the season, bro.
MVP shit, bro.
Right. So fuck it. That's my experience with Madden. I'm not trying to play nothing online. Fuck that. What about you? Uh-oh.
Jared froze again? All right, I'm about to hit this down Julio then.
Still can't hear you. Still can't hear you.
All right, I guess we're going to a commercial.
Can y'all hear me?
Oh,
yes.
Oh, jeez.
Right. Product. Make sure you get in the camera, dog. Put that shit. Put it on film.
Product placement. Product placement.
Right.
From the bottle.
Was that an old Solo reference?
Right. Put it on. Bring that weed over here, son. Put it on film.
Put it on film.
Dog. Love O Solo. Shout out to O Solo, bro.
So yeah, man. Well, mine was gonna be Call of Duty, but Chris used it. So I'm gonna, since everybody knows how much I love fighting games, I'm gonna actually give a fighting game that I'm trash at. I am terrible at Dragon Ball Fighters, man.
Wow.
Like, when that game came out, I was excited.
He was all about it.
I got in the gym, I got in the gym a little bit, did some training, got online, and just got humble pied.
Yeah.
And it was not fun. Sometimes you lose, but you're still competing.
Yeah, nah.
No, I wasn't just.
Nah.
I might as well have sat my controller down and watched the fight, because it was just. And then I know they have gone back in and like made some changes, and they nerfed some of the characters. Like Android 16 had that ridiculous grab where you couldn't get out of it, and he was broken. It was not a fun experience. So I pretty much got whipped, and I never really went back to the game.
Yeah, I'm still afraid of that game. I never. It's great. I love to watch it. Like I love to watch the esports around it, but like the game itself, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, man, same here. Maybe one day I'll get over my PTSD of Dragon Ball Fighters, and I'll pick it back up.
Yo, speaking of unbalanced, broken ass characters. There's a new character that's been introduced in Smash.
Who, Min?
Yeah, dog. I picked up. Go ahead.
And Hero plays with her, punching you from across the stage.
Bro, she is a mess, bro.
It's already bad enough that it's super Fire Emblem Bros, and now you got this character in it. Come on,
Smash actually deserves a lot of credit for literally resurrecting. Not even resurrecting, because you can't say that. For literally introducing the United States to Fire Emblem, like, because Cats was like, what the fuck is this? What is Fire Emblem?
Bro, Smash put me on Earthbound. Like, I had no idea what Earthbound was until I played 64 Smash.
Yeah, me too.
And Ness was my favorite character.
That's legit.
And I was like, and then did you know that they were gonna remake Earthbound for Nintendo 64, and for some reason they didn't do it.
It's because the guy who wrote Earthbound is like, he's you know what he's doing? He's doing the thing that the actor who played Wedge Antilles was doing, where he was just like, you know what, I've sort of reached a place in my career where I'm I'm kind of done with Wedge.
Oh
like,
my
bro,
God!
Sit down and shut up and get this paycheck,
get
bro.
this motherfucking money and stop playing with me, bro.
And so the guy who wrote Earthbound is very much like, yeah, I'm kind of past Earthbound. Like I'm at a different stage in my career. Like, bro, if you don't get out of here, dog.
I'm at a different place in my mind.
Man, when cats say shit like that, Hero, you know what I always assume?
What's that?
You plagiarized that shit, bro. So basically, now that people fuck with this shit, and you like, damn, I got caught. People, they're like, hey, bro, we need another one. And
now you're trying to get them on your work,
right?
You like, shit.
I mean, that's what happened with the Matrix. That's the reason why the Matrix 2 and 3 were significantly worse than the first Matrix, is because they didn't have no more black women to steal their ideas from. And SwordCast fans, Google that shit if you don't know. The Third Eye, written by a black woman, was the source material for both the Matrix and the Terminator, and they had to settle in court for like $115 infinity billion because they knew that they stole that shit from her. Look that shit up.
Oh well, if we're on our pro black shit, the only reason I watch, and you know what I'm saying, hopefully I don't get hit with the I want the politics out of my podcast.
We all
people. But only reason I watch Dragon Ball Fighters like at all is because Sonic Fox is the best player in the world.
Yeah,
that's
bro,
it.
Sonic Fox legit.
And I legit get happy that a gay black furry is whooping y'all ass because if he played in the NBA or the NFL, Nike would have gave him a contract worth $1 billion because they've been waiting on a gay black male to be the best player in the world for years, and they have a contract. It's sitting in a vault somewhere in the back in Oregon. Like, bro, when this dude shows up,
He's the GOAT.
give it
Yo,
to him.
real talk. Sonic Fox is on his way to being. He has a legitimate shot because of how young he is to dethrone Daigo as the greatest of all time.
You know what, bro?
He's young.
You know what, bro? I think he'd go, bro. I don't.
You think you ready to give him the GOAT already?
He's the best player in the world at 3 games.
Well, you got Fighters, Mortal Kombat, and Skullgirls.
Okay, that's 4.
Too, so that's 4. Yeah,
throw in 4. So I'm like, look, man, he best player in the world at 4 games, dog. And I mean, that's like what you want me to do.
And also, here's the other part, bro. He's no slouch at Street Fighter and Smash too. Like he be beating like Evo vets at both of those games.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He's legit.
I think it'd go, bro. I think people don't want, you know.
Yeah, that's real.
I think people don't want to give it to him. I'm like, bro, to go. Because people don't respect Mortal Kombat like that. But I'm like, shit, man, that dog.
What?
Bro, is to go.
We be dogging Mortal Kombat on here too, but
that shit ain't easy.
Man, fuck that game. I don't want to block it. I do not want to block it. I don't want to. When I fucking jump, niggas be fucking stiff ass, like going up. That should be looking right. That should be looking stupid, bro. I hate that. I hate the way it's animated, bro. Right, Super Mario ass jumping. Fucking.
Oh, I hate that. But I love Mortal Kombat lore. I love the characters. I love the film. I love the movies. I love the Scorpion's Revenge. I just watched that last night.
That shit was great.
It's awesome. But I hate the way the game itself is played. It's so annoying.
I agree.
But yeah, man. So moving on, Chris, what's a game that everyone loves that you don't?
The Last of Us.
Oh, come on, chill, bro.
Look,
Immediate hot take.
Look, bro. Like if Cass want to get technical, I'll get technical. Like Naughty Dog has this thing where they do. I call it like the Grand Theft Auto effect because Rockstar gets away with this too, right?
Speaking of Grand Theft Auto,
that might be Jared's then.
No, but can GTA 5 be killed?
No, it has infinity lives.
Prince Money. So I'm not, and I'm not saying it's bad. It's just that The Last of Us gets put in a category. The Last of Us is in the GOAT pantheon category, right? So that's how it gets rated. So I'm like, bro, y'all putting this shit next to certain types of games, and I'm like, look, bro, every mechanic in the game is a bad version of a game of something that a game does well. So like I'm like, the stealth isn't great, the shooting isn't great, the combat isn't great. I was like, but the story is phenomenal. Like the story's great, even though I think it's very vanilla. Like sure. I've always been like, that's my way of calling something. Since I'm on the SwordCast, I'll say this because I'm with my brothers. You know what I'm saying? So I feel insulated from the impact. When I call something vanilla, that's my way of calling a story extremely white. Like it's like there's no spice on this shit. There's no seasoning on this shit. Like
you're not wrong.
There's not a hint of culture in this damn story. You know what I'm saying? It is so, but it's very well written fundamentally, right? So I'm always like, all right, I guess like, and the twist at the end is one of the best of all time. The twist at the end is one of the best ever. So, but I was like, bro, The Last of Us is good. It's good. Like y'all act like this shit is the GOAT is in the GOAT territory. I get mad when people say it's better than God of War. I'm like, bro, God of War is the best game on PlayStation 4 to me.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
To me it is. I think it's the best game on PS4.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. I was a God of War hater.
He was a hater.
I played it and it was good. It was really good. I was like, all right, I see what you mean. This game is really, really dope. It wasn't better than The Last of Us Part 2, and it wasn't better than Horizon Zero Dawn. Those two games for sure, in my opinion, are better than God of War.
Horizon, I'm willing to lean with. You know what I'm saying? Even though this ain't that conversation. You said what game I don't like that everybody else.
Fair enough.
So, but I'm like, man, this shit extra vanilla. Like I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? But that's me. You know what I'm saying? So I you know, me hear heroes.
So I got a bunch. You already know I'll be. So we talked about what did we just talk about? We talked about the game, Jared, that you also can't stand. Mortal Kombat. We talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
We also have talked about like I up until PS4, I was a hater on God of War. Like I know a lot of people love the God of War franchise. I'm not a. I thought the Devil May Cry did the like hack and slash better than God of War did, in my opinion.
You're not wrong. I thought Ninja Gaiden did it better. I thought Ninja Gaiden Black was better.
Yeah, but that get man to the more difficult games, man.
But
Chris
so
is pro at Ninja game, but that game is hard.
God of War 4 was a very, very good game. I can't hit on that. So that aside, another like a whole genre of game that I fucking cannot stand, and I wish it would go the fuck away. I don't want to see it ever again. Is anime fighters, bro. I'm sorry, not anime fighters, anime arena fighters. I hate that style of game, bro. That shit is so whack. Look, game developers.
The J-Stars joints.
J-Stars, unfortunately, bro, all of the Naruto games, I do not like that style, bro. They got a My Hero joint that's like that. Yeah. They got Jump Forces like Jump that. Like Force. All of those games.
Ninja Storm, Naruto joints.
Bruh, okay. even Budokai a little bit, bro. I do not like that shit.
Can I ask a question before Hero gets deeper in his bag?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What qualifies this question? Is it something that is critically acclaimed, or is it just something that a bunch of people bought? Because
I don't know.
I just want to. I'm asking.
I guess it's
a mixture of both, right? Like something that you just know of that people enjoy, and also something that gets the acclaim from the credible sources too.
Fair enough.
So the I don't think any of those games are necessarily critically acclaimed. I think niggas in the industry know how flawed those games are, but like if you just go on a random Facebook post, like people swear by those games, and I'm like, bro, that style of game is so whack. Like, look, you had an excuse up until Arc Systems came out with Dragon Ball FighterZ. Now you got the format. You have to do it like that from now on. I don't want to see any other style of anime fighter ever again. It's got to be like that.
I feel you.
Now, if you want to go with a game that has the critical acclaim that I have not liked and have not enjoyed the same way everybody else has.
Please don't take mine.
Don't say what?
Don't take mine.
I don't know if I'm going to take yours or not. It would have to be... for me, I don't think I'm gonna take yours. I think this is gonna be different. But for me, it's got to be Gears of War. I'm not a big fan.
Okay. Wow.
Not a big fan of Gears of War. It's just it's like because it's got some Mass Effect to it with like the third person over the shoulder shooter. Yeah. Mass Effect does it way better, and it's also like it's really, really trying to pull from Halo's bag of tricks, and it's just like, bro, like you said before, Chris, you are a lesser version of a bunch of other better games, and I don't know why people give that game so much props.
I think it's because of the mechanics.
The mechanics are just like Mass Effect. Just like Mass Effect.
They took that cover system from them.
Mass Effect from Gears of War?
Yeah, BioWare took that cover system from them.
Well, shit, they did it way better. This shit's way better.
The one button cover mechanic that everybody uses. Yeah, they took that from Gears.
Okay, that's fine. But look, a lot of people talk a lot of crazy shit. A lot of people talk shit about Mass Effect 4. I'm sorry, Mass Effect Andromeda, which was a bad story game for sure. But the combat in Mass Effect Andromeda was top notch. That shit was incredible.
Hold on. Stop talking about that because we got another question that's my answer to. So stop. Okay, we got to stop talking about Mass Effect.
My bad. All right, go ahead, Naf.
Hey man, a game that everybody loves that I don't. I gotta go with Red Dead Redemption, bro.
Ooh,
I'm not.
That's super hot take. Ooh.
I'm not a cowboy. Okay.
Oh.
I'm not a cowboy, and I never will be a cowboy. And
Yo, hold on a second, bro. That take was so hot that my dog came to check on me because he thought I was in trouble. I'm good, buddy. I'm sorry.
Oh. Hey man, I ain't mad at it.
I'm sorry, man. That's just a game that I tried, and I just was from the moment I started, was just not interested in it. I just was not interested in it, bro. It was like
It's very slow. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, it's just not for me, man. You know, it's hard. It's hard to. It's really hard to play something based off of what other people have said. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're not already previously into it, it takes a lot for that thing to grab you because you're not checking it out of your own genuine interest. You're checking it out on behalf of others. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense. Yeah.
I think that game was just what happened with when I tried to get into that game.
Can we add the inverse of that real quick? A game that everybody hates that you actually really like. Just real quick.
One. That's a great one, Chris. What is a game that everybody hates?
Hero was talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Like he was talking about Mass Effect Andromeda. Like I literally played every single facet and inch of that game. You know what I'm saying? Like I did everything you could possibly do in it, and I knew it was bad. Like I knew it was bad. Like I was like, man, this game's not great. And
I was invested, bro. I was invested.
Yeah. So I'm gonna see if I can throw one out there that's not as, you know, y'all might have to come back to me because Hero already ruined it.
Sorry, so, I got a good one, bro. I got a good one, man.
So come back to me. Come back to me.
I got a good one. I gotta go with Watch Dogs. Watch_dogs, man. You got to throw that underscore in there. I fuck with that shit, bro. I fuck with that shit heavy. Yeah, like the first one was really, you got the edgelord, like, you know, hacker trying to save the day. Like, yeah, he was a corny character. But Watch Dogs 2, bro, they brought in the black dude from Oakland with like straight up went in and infiltrated Google, basically, like a pastiche of Google. I thought that game was really fucking dope, and I'm totally here for the next Watch Dogs. The Watch Dogs Legion actually looks pretty good, so we'll see how that goes. What about you?
I gotta go with the older title, man. I gotta go with the Mega Man Zero games because I know a lot of people hate them because of how difficult they are.
That's true.
But those are my favorite games. Yes, they're super hard, but I enjoy them because I like the character so much. You know, Zero is my favorite video game character. So I would have to say the Mega Man Zero titles, man, are probably the game that I like that a lot of other people don't enjoy as much.
I think I may go to, you know, and I can't prove this, so I don't know if people really don't like it. I just don't know a lot of people didn't play it. You ever played Jade Empire?
Yeah, that shit was fire. I played it.
And I would bring it up to people, and they'd be like, "What?" I was like, "Bro, you never played Jade Empire?" You know what I'm saying? Like that was the game that made me a BioWare fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In real life, it's Mass Effect Andromeda. You know, Hero just ruined it. But the second game I always bring up to people that you know, or if I want to go into my defunct childhood where I was the only person in my neighborhood with a Dreamcast, you know what I'm saying? I'll be playing Shenmue and niggas would walk into my house and be like, nigga, put the 2K on. What is this?
Hold on, don't slander.
Hero's favorite game ever, Shenmue.
No, Shenmue is like, it introduced me to Japanese culture. Like that was the game that made me care about doing, you know, learning any of that stuff.
However, I just don't like
niggas
the
used to shit on
implication. I don't like the implication that niggas don't fuck with Shenmue, dog. Shenmue is one of the greatest critically acclaimed games of all time.
Niggas did in my neighborhood, Hero. They walked in the crib and they would be like, nigga, what is this bullshit, nigga? Put the 2K on. like I remember my mom walked in because I had it with the Japanese subtitles. You know, I had the subtitles and shit. My mom walked in and was like, the hell is you playing, boy? You know what I'm saying? It like turn her. I was like, damn, that's where I'm at in life. You know what I'm saying? I can't enjoy. It is.
That's where I'm at in life.
But yeah, man, Mass Effect Andromeda, man. Mass Effect Andromeda.
Okay. All right, man. So with that said, Chris, what is the game you have logged the most hours on? And let's shout out to Mega Ran, right? I was listening to Mega Ran's podcast, and he had asked somebody this question, and let's say like good hours, right? Because there's some games that you can play forever online, but you're just continuing to play because you're trying to get a W. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's not good hours. Like, good hours is like a game that you're progressing in, and that's why you're playing it, putting so many hours into it.
So, like, not Smash then? Because I think, unfortunately, the answer would be Smash by a long shot for me.
Yeah, I would say, not Smash. Because probably me too, because of how much we play and play online and all that.
Right.
Man. Wow. Probably Elder Scrolls.
That's a good answer.
Oblivion. Probably Elder Scrolls. Because it was like, no, that's false. It was The Witcher. It was The Witcher 3.
Witcher 3?
I played The Witcher, I think 110 hours. Like I put like 110 hours into The Witcher.
Yo, here's the thing about The Witcher. I haven't even beat that game yet, and I'm already at like 50-some hours.
Yeah. I think I had 110 hours in The Witcher 3.
Oh, man.
But like Elder Scrolls, it was like 90.
For me, it would be Skyrim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Skyrim.
I played that game in college for like my whole like college experience for like 4 years. I played that shit.
Hey, question, Hero. You a Fallout guy?
Yeah, I fuck with Fallout, not as much as Elder Scrolls, but yes, I do. I thought 4 was fine. I didn't play 76 because it was broken. But I really, really like 3 a lot. That was my favorite one.
Those are good answers. I would have to say, honestly, bro, I think the game I've probably put the most hours in, honestly, is probably it might be Pokemon, man. Pokemon's probably I want to say Sword, but it's new, so I'll probably have to say like Alpha Sapphire, because that's when I first got into the whole breeding thing and trying to get, you know what I'm saying, trying to get these perfect Pokemon, and that can be like a, you know what I'm saying, you can be on the
heard
game.
You talking about that last episode.
Yeah.
So hold on a second.
We are a scientific.
I'm like a Roshimaru in the lab. You know? I got my eggs in the incubators, and I'm all here, you know, being an evil scientist trying to.
Holy shit!
How many hours you got in?
183 hours.
Let's go.
Oh my
Let's
god.
Go.
Hey, mine might actually be Pokemon Sword too. Then
how is that possible, bro? What the fuck?
Hey man, we love to see it.
Oh my god.
Jeez, I had no idea. Wow.
Niggas be gaming.
Dog.
Niggas be gaming, bro.
Hey. Man, I need to.
Yeah, go ahead. I bet because you've been in quarantine, right? You've been you know what I'm saying, in the injured reserve for fucking this whole year.
Jay, come here real quick.
It's about to be crazy. I guarantee. Oh, all right, Chris, over under 200 hours.
On what? On Pokemon?
Pokemon's Shield or Sword.
I'm gonna say over because he's literally been sitting in the house for months.
Right.
Oh my god.
Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Where Jayla at?
What'd you say?
I said, where Jayla at?
Bro, 270 hours, bro.
Hey.
Holy shit.
Let's go. Hey, man. Hey, dog out here playing on his son's Switch, taking it from him so he can't enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Because he's in.
Hey, hold on.
Father of the decade, bro.
Hold on, bro. We got Switch lights all through here. There's
all through the house, huh?
It's not like I'm stealing it. All right.
All right, bro. Hold on. Wait a minute. I got one more.
Gracious, 270.
Got one more depressing. I know we said that this didn't count, but look at this shit, bro.
That Smash.
can see that says 485 hours, bro.
Is there anything we can play together on Switch that's not Smash?
God, bro.
No. Get good at Smash.
Get good at Smash, Chris.
Oh no, I'm terrible, bro.
It's all right, man.
I can play. I can play that other shit I be whooping Jared ass at though. What's the name?
Brawlhalla.
Brawlhalla.
Yo, Hero, you should pick up Brawlhalla, bro. It's fun. Or I got Hero to pick up Fire Pro Wrestling.
That shit hard, bro.
Awesome. It's hard, but I love it.
Dancing with the pistols, bro. Dancing with the pistols.
He played with all the gun carriers. Yo, but yeah, man. Getting into our next thing, this is kind of what I was really looking forward to having Chris on here to talk about. And then we got
real quick. I just did the math right quick. I've been playing Smash for 20 straight days. Carry on. No sleep. Just fucking playing that shit.
No sleep.
No sleep. Hey, yo. So we got the next system dropping, PS5 release. First of all, for me personally, it's always kind of frustrating when a new system's coming out because I feel like it always happens when I'm in the heart of enjoying the current generation system. So Chris, like, what do you got for us about the PS5 release and how you feel about it, and like what's your excitement level for the new console?
Oh man, I'm excited to see what Sony's gonna do with the SSD, because I want to see how they're gonna move the needle with PC gaming.
Okay.
Because like there's been a lot of controversy. Like Phil Spencer did an interview the other day. If people don't know, that's like the head of Xbox, where he talked about like exclusives for consoles being like something it's going to be like a thing that, how do I put this? That's not something they're focused on, right? Even though like they've invested all this money in like these studios, like I think they bought like 15 studios or some shit like that. It's they have like a service that they're pushing, and pushing that service, they're pushing Game Pass, right? Xbox Game Pass, which I think is honestly, I think is the best value in gaming. I'm like Game Pass. Like if you want an Xbox, you should have Game Pass.
Yeah,
if you have a PC, you should have Game Pass. Like there's literally no reason not to have it. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's $5 or $10 depending on what platform you're on, right?
Right.
But because of that, they're scaling. They have to scale their games. So like if you're putting some out on Xbox, you got to be able to run on a PC. You got to be able to run on the new Xbox Series X. You got to be able to run on the Xbox Series S. That's not announced yet. You got to be able to run on a bunch of shit, right? Where Sony's always taking the approach of, we're crafting this for this specific box. So I'm interested in seeing how they approach making games for this box. Because if the pendulum is swinging to services, you know, like it has with movies, like it has with music, like that's not going to be a thing that's tangible to people. Like, you know what I mean? If I tell you, hey, you can get a phone, you can get a game console, you can get a Switch, because I do think, I'm not even going to say this is rumored. I've pretty much been told, okay, in 2 years, XCLIII is coming to the Switch. I've been told that directly, right? So that ain't confirmed, but I got told that to my face, okay? So until they say it, then it is what it is. But I'm like, look, if people are telling you you can have pretty much anything and play video games on it, you know, you're going to have to come with some heat to make people say, fuck that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I'm interested in seeing what they do, because like Sony's the GOAT. Like they're the GOATs. When it comes to this console shit, it's not even close. And this is me including Nintendo. You know what I mean? It's not close. They're the GOATs. So when it comes to crafting first-party experiences and getting people to buy something strictly for this console, And people bring up Nintendo. I'm like, man, Nintendo's messed around with different ideas. You know, they put Mario Run on your phone. You know what I'm saying? Like Nintendo, they've gone different ways to kind of take themselves out of that mature circle of making video games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Casual gamers.
Yes, and they've done so for a reason. It's
they put themselves in a different market.
Yes, because they had to.
Yeah.
There's no competing in that space with Sony. So, I have massive respect for what they do. You know, like I tell people all the time, God of War is in my top, as far as franchises, in my top 10. You know what I mean? Like they've created some franchises that are monumental. But that's the most interesting thing to me. How are they going to approach the narrative for these consoles? Because they're gonna lose the power battle. So the power battle they're already losing that. So it's gonna be, well, how are they going to market this thing and make games for it to make it compelling for people with how the world is going to change in the next 7 years? Because console cycles usually about 7 years. You know, so that's it. I know that's long-winded.
No, man, that's what we need. That's what we need. Yeah, that's good, man, and it makes a lot of sense. I mean, Sony is definitely up against things it's not just related to a rival console. You know what I mean? It's gonna be dope to see how they handle that. I'm personally very excited for it, but like I said, a little frustrated, especially with Ghost of Tsushima dropping this Friday. I don't know if there's ever been a game in my whole life that I've been more excited for. I've been waiting for this game to come out for like 2 years. And it's just frustrating because, you know, it's right on the heels of PS5. So I'm getting it. I'm going to play it, but it just frustrates me a little bit because I want to play it on PS5 just like you and everybody else does, you know.
Ghost of Tsushima, man. I mean, look, I'm going to let Hero go because I told Hero why I'm so frustrated with frame rates and all that shit like that. It makes me angry. So
you do have to play it on PS5 to get the real, you know what I mean, the real experience, man. So it's I don't know, but we're gonna see. I'm definitely grabbing it on Friday.
So I had to bask in the sunlight for my take, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Bask in the sunlight.
Right. No, I don't really have a particularly hot take about it. I mean, this will be one of the first. Actually, no, PS4. I got PS4 basically right when or like a couple months after it dropped. Mm-hmm. But this will be the first console that I'm like in a position financially where I can. I've been saving.
Let's go. Niggas got money.
Right.
Let's go.
I don't know about that, but I've been financially responsible and I've been saving for this shit. I did that with the Switch too. I saved for the Switch, but I did that like years after it came out. But I've been saving for it, and like I plan on upgrading my TV. I've been talking to Chris about what's the one you recommended?
I actually got to change my bro. I'm glad we talking right now.
Okay.
Bro. So I'm about to get into some super nerdy shit. Like,
hey,
on,
well, actually,
you gotta get the Sanyo 9.
Hey, man, wait a minute. Keep talking, bro. Keep talking because I got notes on this shit. Like, so keep talking.
So I'm gonna yield to Chris's expertise, but I'm basically like saving up to both upgrade my TV and buy the PS5 on launch day. Which will be I think that'll be the first time ever that's happened, and I'm looking forward to it, man. Like I feel like I mean, it's obviously a risk. I mean, there's a bunch of potential problems on launch day, but like I'm taking ownership of this shit, bro. Like I flat out like want to be a part of this new generation. I want to experience it from start to finish. I experienced most of the PS4's lifespan. I think I got it maybe 6 months after it came out, maybe a year. But anyway, the point is, man, like I've been seeing this coming. Like this has been the first generation that I've been like, I did some research on the PS4 era, But I've been like studying this shit. I've come into my own as an adult and as like a technically savvy, not an expert by any means, but like somebody who like follows this shit and kind of understands like what they're talking about. And I feel like ready to go. Like I'm really excited about it.
Okay, man.
So what do you got for us, Chris? Did you figure it out?
Okay, I got my notes. Okay, look. So remember we was talking, and I was like, "Yo, bro, Vizio's bringing out an OLED this year."
Right.
And I was like, "Bro, like it's gonna be like $1,300, and it's gonna have HDR10 plus, and it's gonna have, it's gonna have Dolby Vision." I was like, "Bro, like there's no reason not to buy this thing." So LG fucking drops the bomb, bro. They're putting AMD FreeSync technology in their monitors, which officially will make. Well, so for people that are like in the frame rate at all, right? Samsung put AMD FreeSync in their TVs last year, which essentially, for layman's terms, it gives you, variable refresh rate, right? So it essentially eliminates screen tearing. Gives you consistent frame rates, eliminates screen tearing. LG's putting this in their OLEDs now, and for people who have played games on OLEDs, one of the main complaints have been like OLEDs are great for black levels. That shit's awesome, but when it comes to playing video games, you deal with a lot of tearing. Because for some reason they can't handle frame rates very well.
So tearing means like
little
ghostly
jitters. Yeah, little jitters and
gotcha,
shit.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? And yes, and you'll see like that ghost effect because of it. Something you used to see in plasmas.
Right, that's what I was thinking about. Yeah.
Yep, exactly like it, right? So they came out with they announced that their models this year are going to have FreeSync Premium, and FreeSync Premium Pro. Now, for people that want to know, yes, there's a difference. Yes, the naming is terrible. It's very Microsoft-esque with how they name their consoles. They must have ran out of a way to name these things. So they said, we're going to have AMD FreeSync, AMD FreeSync Premium, and AMD FreeSync Premium Pro. So if you are going to be a person that cares about, 120 hertz, I need that 120, I need that 120 FPS, HDMI 2.1 support. I'm all about that shit. Well, at this point, LG dropped a bomb. There's no reason not to buy an LG now. Like that was something that they announced where people was like, oh shit. Okay, now there's no decision to make. I'm buying an LG OLED because you're going to have FreeSync Premium in it and FreeSync Premium Pro. And for people that care about the HDR color saturation, you got to get Premium Pro. That's the difference between Premium and Premium Pro.
Hold on, wait a minute. Price tag. What's the price tag?
Look, man, they ain't said that yet, but best believe you're going to be paying like $2,000.
Fuck.
Like best believe when you go to the store, you drop in that $2,000 ball for the Premium Pro. Now, I told the homies though, because like Hero wants an OLED, so pretty much, bro, you walking in spending $2,000. You'll allegedly be able to get these same features on their lower price LED models that are marketed towards gamers.
Nope. So, I need the OLED.
Exactly. So if you need that OLED, you're gonna spend the $2,000.
All right, I've been saving, so.
So I would expect to pay about $2,000, but
fuck.
Look, man, that
Gerald of Rivia.
That is some legit shit, man. Like putting AMD tech in the TVs will officially make LG OLEDs gaming monitors because it eliminates the number one issue that you have on OLEDs.
All right, well, I mean, I guess that's what I got to do then.
Yeah, man.
Fucking Christ.
Go ahead and cop. Now, maybe LG wants to be competitive because because if you buy an OLED, you're buying an LG. Period. If you get a Sony, you get a Sony OLED, you get a Vizio OLED. I don't give a fuck what company you buy an OLED from. It's LG. They make all the OLEDs.
Right.
And because of that, their number one rival, Samsung, refuses to make OLEDs. They're making QLEDs. They're making these micro LED, whatever the fuck they call them. They coming up with all these names for the televisions, but they like, look, we ain't buying no LG OLEDs. Fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool, man. Like I'm really excited for the performance. I just hope that the games bring the performance. And that's where me and you have talked, and I get mad because they bringing out games just 30 frames a second, and I think that's bullshit.
Yeah, nah, fuck that. Need the 60.
I was like, I need a 60 minimum.
At least, right. All right, well, shit, there we go.
That was the techie breakdown. Hey, man, it's time for everybody's favorite part of the show, our top 5 of the day. Keeping it video game related, one of the most important things when a new console drops is the launch titles that the console is dropping with. And sometimes it is not always pretty, right? But today's top 5 is, what is your top 5 favorite launch titles ever? Chris, you got to start with number 5. Don't be like Hero and start at the top. Start at your number 5. Give us your top 5 favorite launch titles and the console that they came on.
So I'm gonna do my I'm gonna get my Hero on and do my
honorable mention.
My honorable mention.
Yeah.
Super Mario World for the SNES.
Okay.
And then getting into my top 5 because I literally refused to have 2 Dreamcast games in it. So I literally had to scour. I had to scour launch titles, bro. And
Eddie.
Number 5 is Altered Beast.
Oh,
Sega Genesis.
Right from your grave.
And
yo, that game is so hard. Let me ask you this right now, because I can't tell you what happens after you turn into a dragon.
After the dragon?
I think all I've ever, I think I've seen bear, tiger, and dragon. I don't think I've seen anything after. Oh, wolf, right? So I've seen 4. So what's is there another one? I've never, bro. That's one of the only games ever in the history of my life that I've played all the time and never beat. I never beat Altered Beast.
So peep game, never beat Altered Beast. Never beat it.
Oh, okay.
Never.
I don't think I know anybody that's ever beat that
because we played it as kids, and as kids you think you're good at something until you play something, and then you're like, wait a minute, I'm actually not good.
I'm trash.
Like I'm actually garbage. Like, but it still made my top 5 because I spent a lot of time getting to that dragon level over and over and over. And
look out until you're doom.
Hey, it was another game like that for me that's not in this conversation. Y'all remember Rocket Knight?
Yeah, I never played it, but I do remember it.
That was another game for me where I played it over and over. Oh, and Vector Man over and over.
Bro, I was just about to say Vector Man, dog. That game was hard as fuck. And you got like 1 life to beat that shit, didn't you?
Yo, but Vector Man,
it was some bullshit.
Vector Man was mad hip hop though.
It was.
That game was mad hip hop.
It was. So that's my number 5, Altered Beast. Number 4, something more recent. I think y'all may have this on your list. I think it deserves the praise. Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. It's one of the best launch titles I think I've ever played on a game on a console. Now, obviously, I think there's a little cheating involved. It was for the Wii U, and they just said fuck it, and they brought it out on the on the Switch. But having that quality of game on the console, I think, set the bar like really, really high. I think it was one of the reasons the Switch became so successful because they legitimize the console with that type of content. You know what I mean? Because I think a lot of people felt the Switch was going to be like kind of a
kiddie.
Yeah, some bullshit.
Yeah.
And then they came out, hit you in the face with this greatness. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, this shit is mad like The Witcher. But I still got a hell of respect for it. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, this shit's fire. Number 3 was Sonic Adventure for the Dreamcast.
Ooh, soundtrack, man. That soundtrack is cool.
And look, man, Sonic Adventure, like I brought up Shenmue earlier, like when I really started getting into my own as a, I hate the term black nerd or whatever, but like it's, like figuring out the things that I was interested in wasn't similar to, my friends. You know what I mean? And I was like, bro, I'm really...
We all went through that. People our age, everybody our age that's the nerd pretty much went through that.
Pretty much.
What I'm saying?
Yeah.
and it was so great. The speed, the open world, the other characters that you could play with. And I felt
that was the best part to me.
Yeah, I honestly felt like it was ahead of its time graphically at that point. Because when I played it, and you remember the first level where you running from the whale, and they got the whale chasing you, breaking up the bridge, and all this shit's going on. And I was like, bro, like I don't remember playing anything to look like this.
Yeah.
You know and Sonic Adventure. Number 2, I mean, Mario 64. I honestly feel like if I wasn't such a stan for my number 1, I think Mario 64 would be the greatest launch title of all time. Like I would be hard pressed to argue with the art direction, the taking a 2D platformer and changing it to a 3D platformer that wasn't trash, the music, how they maximize the N64. Like if you think about how big the game was, like the N64 shouldn't have been capable, you know what I'm saying, of doing what from launch. Like, because I think for Donkey Kong they had to put the expansion pass in. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember, for certain games that were bigger, you had to get the expansion pack, the expansion cartridge, and put it in
the expansion pack. Yeah, for Perfect Dark was the game I got it for.
Perfect Dark. Which is better than GoldenEye.
And then number one, probably changed my life as a gamer. Made me care about the technical part of games, and got me through college. Like Halo's my number 1 launch title ever. Like I never had bought I never bought a piece of machinery for a game before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I had never gone to the store.
Right.
I had never gone to the store, said, here's my money, give me that. You know what I'm saying? They was like, yo, you want to look at anything else? Nah, dog, give me that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when I fucked my Xbox up because I found out I had a hard drive, so I put all my music on that shit, right? Fucked it up. Fucked it up. So I had to get another one. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, hey, bro, went to the store, pop my money down. I need a whole new one and give me that. You know what I'm saying? And that's when Halo 2 came out. And I'll always be a Halo fan. So Halo 1's my number 1 launch title, or Halo Combat Evolved to be correct, my number 1 launch title all time. But that is my top 5, Super Mario World as my
honorable
mention.
Yo, the thing that I remember about Halo that blew my mind, I be obsessing over small details like this. I just love the fact that you could look down and see your feet in first person mode. I thought, like, up until that point, like no first person game had ever did that. It was just like you were just a floating head, right? And so another example of that small, and to this day, and this game came out like over 10 years ago, no basketball game has a better net animation than NBA 2K5. For some reason,
I agree.
Do you remember that, bro? That shit was like, it was like perfect. It had
bro.
like the swish effect, where like it'll like make that droplet looking like effect.
It would move. Yeah.
And no game, even the games that are coming out right now, NBA 2K20, the net effects do not look good. They always look trash. But for some reason, whatever programmer did it, and for 2K5, nailed that shit. And I guess they fired his ass or something, because it ain't been the same since, bro.
I feel you on that.
All right, let me jump into my top 5 right quick. I, of course, have an honorable mention. It is going to be Sonic Adventure as well. In my opinion, Sonic Adventure had the best first level out of any game that I played, maybe outside of the first Last of Us. That first level was just like, holy shit. It's Sonic in 3D, and like, we're here. We've arrived. I was like, I'm here for it.
They was with the shit on that game, bro. They was definitely with the shit.
For sure. Now, jumping into the top 5, I got a very controversial number 5, bro, because I've talked a lot of shit about this lately because of how much I used to love this game and how much I love the sport and how shitty the games are now. I gotta go with for number 5. I gotta go with NBA 2K14. Now, let me explain.
Hey,
Oh wow!
Okay.
Here we go.
So 2K14 was so as far as I can remember, one of the most extreme, or for me, one of the most like satisfying graphical leaps was between.
Who was on the cover of 14?
Was that the Jordan one?
No,
that was like 2K. So that was like 2K11 or something. That had Jordan.
Was this KG or no?
No, I don't know. I don't really know who was. It might have been Anthony Davis actually on the front cover, or maybe.
No, you know what? I think it was Bron. Was that the LeBron one?
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
14, I think.
Yeah. So I'll tell you why that game in a second, why it left such an impact. But that generation, that I think this was between we're on generation 8 right now, right? Is PlayStation 4, is that 8 or 7?
Wait a minute. What did you just ask? I just blanked.
The generation that we're in right now, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, is that generation 7 or 8?
I want to say it's the 8. I think it's the 8th generation. Let me look. I can actually find that answer. Hold on.
No, I was just looking at it earlier today, but I can't remember. It's either 6, 7, or 8, and that's all of the numbers, but it's one of them.
I'll find out.
Okay. Anyways,
continue getting your shit off. I'll find out.
Anyways, to me, one of the biggest and most like satisfying graphical leaps was between like the PlayStation 3 era and the PlayStation 4 era. Like I like the jump in graphical fidelity, and I think that's one of the reasons why I've been a little bit underwhelmed by the jump in graphical fidelity from PlayStations 4 to 5. Although that fucking Far Cry 6 trailer with the Giancarlo Esposito, that shit looked incredible.
Yeah, it did look good. Yes, I agree with you. If it's in engine, because I saw what you said.
Yeah.
If it's in engine,
that's incredible.
Yes, I would agree. That is very good. We are in the 8th generation right now.
This is the 8th. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
so the jump between 7th and 8th was one of the most satisfying. And I remember because I had NBA 2K14 for Xbox 360. Or maybe the one that came out right before 13 for Xbox 360. And it was, it was Xbox, right? Like it was Xbox 360. It was a 2K game. I liked it. It had like the jerseys would move and shit. Like you have some nice little player animations. They started to look like actual people. Everybody's signature moves would look good. But then I remember the launch trailer for NBA 2K14. There was one particular moment. Y'all are watching at home. Go Google the NBA 2K14 launch trailer, the momentum trailer, I think. There was this moment where they had Anthony Davis he did like a let's go or something like that. Do you remember that shit?
Yeah.
And they kind of zoomed in on his face and he was like sweating and like it was like super intense. I was like, what the fuck? Like I had never seen anything like that before. Like the graphical jump was really, really intense.
See, man, that's why we gotta get on Discord because I be sharing this shit right now. Matter of fact, let me see if I can. Hold on. Let me see if I can.
I'm telling you.
Screen sharing. Hey, Harold, you might have to share the screen if you want people to watch that. But you can definitely let people watch that because I'm watching it right now.
Do you see what I'm talking about? Do you see that moment? Like, imagine going from Xbox 360 graphics to that. I remember watching that at on E3. I watched it online. And I was like, what the that is crazy. I had never seen anything like that in terms of like a graphical representation of a real person. Like I was like, yeah, it blew me away, completely blew me away. So anyways,
I had to cut it off because they got the All of the Lights song as the song for the launch trailer. And I know where we at with Kanye right now, so I had to hit that pause button. But yeah, man, definitely beautiful trailer, definitely.
For sure. The trailer got me the game. I mean, I'm sure the game was a 2K game. I don't really remember, but I did get it as soon as I got my PS4. I put a lot of hours into it. I know it had a 2K, like one of the 2K, like my player story modes. It was kind of interesting. And yeah, bro, like I really, again, what 2K has turned into is basically a child casino at this point. So I don't fuck with it.
It definitely is a child casino. That's so fucked up that you can even say that, but it's all facts,
bro. I haven't bought 2K since 2K18. I haven't bought 19 or 20. And I don't think I will until they change that shit, bro. Like I'm off.
I'm not mad at you, man. I haven't played 2K.
Bro, did you see the shit they're doing with the? See, Harold, finish the top 5, bro. I guess we can go into the. I don't want to get off into tangents. You know what I'm saying? Because that's straight bullshit. What they're doing for the next consoles, like.
Oh, you talking about the price increase?
No, so what they doing it? No, I expected that. Honestly, we've been hella lucky, bro, to not deal with a price increase for like 3 console generations. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I know, but I still don't buy it. They make so much money off this shit. They can afford to fucking.
Well, this is why I think services are gonna be a thing though. Like this, that's why the conversation is different. Right. I'm like, Microsoft is like, shit, you ain't gotta pay $70, Hero. Pay us just $10 a month. You can download everything you want, and you like, well, damn, why wouldn't I pay $10 a month?
Bro. I would totally do that.
I think Jared's son got Game Pass. I think that's why.
That's why Google Stadia failed, bro. Like, well, I don't know what the fuck y'all were doing, charging the $10 per month, and then expect me to buy the game. Get the fuck out of here. Are you crazy?
Just let me get this $10 a month off,
right?
And y'all just eat. That's $120 a year. Shit, I'll pay that because I ain't gonna miss it.
Right, exactly. Anyways, so let's finish the top 5 real quick because we will talk about this shit all day. Now, I do have a couple of members of the legendary launch of the Sega Dreamcast. Coming in at number 4, we got Soul Calibur.
Let's go.
That's a great one, bro. I can't even argue with that shit. That's just great.
That game was so dope. Again, I'm a little bit critical of the block button, but I'll be willing to allow it because the rest of the fighting in that game was so fluid.
This nigga hates block buttons.
I don't, bro.
Hey, I do too, bro. I'm not a fan.
I'm holding back. I'm blocking.
Y'all niggas is ass.
That's it. There's nothing else. I'm holding back. That's block.
I'm holding back. Therefore, I should be blocking this attack.
Exactly.
Instead of moving back, I shouldn't be moving back. I should be blocking.
I mean, I get what. No, because Tekken, nigga, fucking double tap, dash back. It's no problem. Tekken does it just fine. Love Tekken.
Y'all niggas is ass, B.
Nah, bro. Tekken got the best fighting engine of all time, in my opinion. And
I ain't gonna argue with that. That shit technical as hell, bro. That shit fire.
So, anyways, Soul Calibur, obviously, Bandai Namco. Is it Bandai Namco or is it just Namco? I think it's just Namco. At the time, it was just Namco.
I think it was just Namco at the time.
So, a great game. Great characters: Maxi, Mitsurugi, Nightmare. They didn't introduce Tali yet, who became one of my favorites after a while. But just a really, really dope story. Just totally in the graphics again. Like we said, just a really amazing game. Amazing for an amazing console.
It's a great pick, man. It's impressive.
Moving on to my number 3. This game, bro, I played this shit for 8 hours straight when it first came out, and I hadn't even noticed it. Didn't even notice it, bro. And that's going to have to be Super Mario 64. I bought this, or I didn't buy it. I got it for Christmas. My mom said, hey, so I got it for Christmas. I hooked it up in my mom's room. For some reason, I don't know why I didn't hook it up in my own room, but I did. And I put the console in. I plugged the console in. I put Mario 64 in, turned it on, pressed play, jumped into the world, and then my mom knocks on the door sometime later and was like, Amari, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what? You know what time it is? Literally, I had been playing that game for 8 straight hours. I didn't get up. I didn't stand up. I didn't use the bathroom. I just sat on my butt and crossed, like, you know how little kids do, fucking Indian style, for 8 straight hours. And it literally scared my mom because, like, this was at a time, like, before gaming was, like, what it is now. She was like, yo, what the fuck is wrong? Like, what are you doing? Are you crazy?
Was a zombie. You was a zombie in that bitch.
Zombie, bro.
8 hours straight, eyes bloodshot red.
Hours, dog.
Like, that nigga has not blinked in 4 hours and didn't even notice.
Didn't even notice, dog. I looked up and I'm like, what the fuck? It's nighttime? Like, when did that happen? All on Christmas Day. So yeah, man, that definitely goes in my top 5. Number 2, another one from the illustrious launch of the Sega Dreamcast. We got to go with Power Stone at number 2.
Let's go.
Bro, I can't get mad at none of this, dog. Like,
I fucking love that game, bro. What a great. Now I talked a lot of shit about Arena Fighters. Now
I was just about to say
Power Stone.
Arena Fighter.
Power Stone did it a little different though, man, because Power Stone still gave you the ability to do legitimate combos, and it was just an interesting, like, kind of it was a weird kind of interesting fighting system kind of.
And they had the transformations, man.
Had the transformations, bro. You had the little dude that turned into Goku, basically turned Super Saiyan.
Nigga through the power. Nigga through the
had a spirit bomb. You had the Mitsurugi dude who would shoot those fucking those electric.
It was the obvious American pilot or English pilot. He was either American or British.
He was British, yeah. Eagle, I think was his name, or something like that.
And he put on like the power armor and shot the missiles.
Yeah, he basically turned into Iron Man.
Yes.
It was fire. I love that game, bro. I kind of, that's one of those games that I want to go back and revisit. You got that shit, don't you, Nav?
I do not have Power Stone, man. That's like one of the only. I have a lot of Dreamcast games, but I don't have Power Stone.
I think Power Stone 2 niggas be taxing. I think that's like $100 for Power Stone 2.
Me and you were somewhere together, and
niggas was taxing. We was on tour.
We found a copy of it.
Yeah, we went to that random ass video game store.
And we found a copy of it. It was like $200.
Not gonna be able to do it.
Not gonna be able to do it.
Hey, if I ever come back on, bro, I got to give you a Noveliss tour stories, bro. He is a fucking riot, bro. Jared, I almost called him Jared. I just called him Jared.
You did.
I mean, all you guys are friends with him on Facebook anyway, so you already know.
All friends here, man.
Oh man, I love y'all, man. I love both of y'all so much, man. I really do, man.
All right, man. So
one day we're gonna have to tell some tour stories. Funny ones.
So my number one, this is one of my favorite games of all time.
Come on, Hero, let's go.
I'm mad interested in this number one right now.
Come on, Hero, let's go.
It's not that hot of a take. It's pretty obvious. I gotta go with Zelda Breath of the Wild, bro.
Let's go.
Zelda Breath of the Wild, man. Like it. I mean, look, bro. I was stunned at how much I love that game. Like, I'm a fan of Zelda, but I was never like a Zelda. Even though 2 Zelda games are in my top 10, so I guess I am a Zelda Ocarina of Time and Zelda Breath of the Wild are both in my top 10.
Right.
But it was like and I love I guess I do really love Zelda because I love the lore too. But I keep positioning it as like when those games were really popular, like I never owned Zelda. Like I didn't have Ocarina of Time. My cousin Hassan had that one.
Have to go to your cousin's house.
I would have to borrow them. So I never bought those because I think Edmund had Majora's Mask. I played, one of my homies in college had Wind Waker. That same homie had Twilight Princess. So I never like bought those games. The first Zelda game that I actually bought with my own money was Zelda Breath of the Wild. And I couldn't have picked a better time to like jump in. But again, I was already a part of the fandom, but that game like really blew me away as like really, really a gorgeous like world. It was very much like The Witcher. It was basically like a happy-go-lucky version of The Witcher, kind of.
Okay.
It wasn't nearly as violent of a world, but I mean, you played. So I've been trying to convince Nob to play The Witcher. It really plays a lot like Zelda. It's like dark Zelda, basically.
Yeah.
Right.
With the cooking and all that stuff and all the alchemy you can get into.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Jerry, you would love that game.
Yeah,
I gotta stop calling him that. Noveliss.
Love
that game.
Especially now that you've become a fan of like the lore, the story of The Witcher. It's fire. It's really dope. You would like it a lot. So yeah, man, I gotta go with Zelda Breath of the Wild. That's my favorite launch title of all time, just because it happens to be one of my very favorite games of all time. Shout out to Zelda.
Hero with the fire.
It, man. Good list, both of you guys. I'm gonna get into my top 5 favorite launch titles ever. All right, man. I got to run off 2 quick honorable mentions. One honorable mention, I got to go with Tekken Tag on the PS2. Man,
Tekken close, bro. To making my list.
Tag is fire.
It was, didn't have the story that all the other Tekken's game have, but it did have the tag thing, which is dope. Some new characters. So Tekken Tag. My other honorable mention, man, Dead or Alive 3 on the first Xbox. I played the crap out of that game.
That was straight heat.
But getting into the top 5, my number 5, I'm starting it off. I mean, Dreamcast was my favorite system ever, so this is going to be a heavy Dreamcast list. Starting off at number 5, I got Sonic Adventure, man. I mean, y'all already talked about it. Soundtrack amazing. The open world amazing. Sonic in 3D, getting to play as other characters, bro. Getting to be Knuckles and just stand on top of a car. Remember you stand on the cars and then they would drive? Like, come on, man. It was sweet. So number 5, Sonic Adventure. Coming in at number 4, I got a back-to-back Dreamcast games. I got Power Stone coming in at number 4.
Let's go.
I mean, I have a love-hate relationship with Arena Fighters, but Power Stone it's always the exception, man. The characters were dope, you know what I'm saying? And it was just a fun game. And the power-ups, man. Coming in at number 3, I gotta go with Breath of the Wild, man. Like y'all were saying, everybody thought Switch was like the little kid system, and then they came with this title that people our age were so familiar with, and then it's just like this game that takes so much time and all, and like you said, I think it's the game that legitimized the Switch, man, and made people get a Switch because they had a title that had like mad longevity on there. So my number 3 is Breath of the Wild, man. But my number 2, it's a deep cut, man. PlayStation 2, one of my favorite games ever. I gotta go with Dynasty Warriors 2.
Hey, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that. On, yo, Hero, I thought that nigga was about to pull out the time splitters, bro. I was like, this nigga's about to pull out time splitters.
Dynasty Warriors 2, man. Zhao Yun with the spear, the crazy spear, and really, this was like the first game I had ever played where you were just like taking on these giant groups of opponents at the same time. Man. It was like, that was like really my first game where you were walking around, kind of an open world, type of
kinda, yeah.
And it was after Shenmue, this was like kind of little less scaled back, open wise than Shenmue was.
Yeah.
But Dynasty Warriors is really dope. So my number 2 is.
Who's your favorite character for Dynasty Warriors?
I gotta say Zhao Yun, man. That was my dude, man.
I gotta go. I mean, this is an easy answer, but I gotta go at Guan Yu with the fucking giant ass like fucking scythe, and then also I gotta go with Lu Bu, bro. Lu Bu was fucking cheat code, dog, with the huge ass spear, bro.
Gigantic spear.
Yeah.
That's how Zhao Yun had that spear, man, with the blade on the end of it.
Yeah.
Super, super good game. And my number 1 though, man, the system that turned me into a fighting game lover was Dreamcast. So my number 1's gotta be a fighting game, and that's Soul Calibur.
Oh, he pulled that one out.
I got it.
Oh, he pulled it out
right here. Soul Calibur, man. Dreamcast. Look, bro.
Welcome back to the stage of history.
To the stage of history. Look, man.
How'd y'all feel about Soul Edge?
I fuck with Soul Edge.
I like Soul Edge.
That was only for arcade though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's only arcade. I thought. Yeah.
Dope.
For the longest time, I didn't know that Soul Edge was a prequel. It was the game before that. Yeah. Like the whole idea of Soul Edge and Soul Calibur both being swords, it used to confuse the shit out of me. But
so I mean, Soul Calibur, bro, just obvious. And you know what? I was always I kind of was never crazy about 3D fighting games until I played Soul Calibur. Like I never really liked Virtual Fighter. I just thought it looked weird, but like
it did look weird.
Calibur was
it was mad weird.
Like 3D fighting game that I really liked. The characters, bro, the story, like everybody's story was so dope. And then you got a fighting game where everybody has their own weapon and they have unique weapons, and it was just like, and that soundtrack is fire too. So my number 1, man, number 1 favorite launch title on my favorite system ever, gotta be Soul Calibur, man. So that's my top 5.
Who's your favorite character from Soul Calibur?
Oh, you already Maxi.
Yeah, I knew that off the top.
Yeah, Maxi for me. It's either gonna be
Maxi. Like I used to always call him Elvis Bruce Lee. He like Bruce Lee and Elvis.
It was a really interesting character design.
He like a Bruce Lee pirate Elvis with magical nunchucks.
I like
is it weird to y'all that literally every fighting game has like a Bruce Lee?
You got to.
Like
you have to. It's not weird at all. You have to have one.
Like you have to have a Bruce Lee character.
Because that character is instantly gonna have fans, bro. Instantly.
Yeah.
And what was my man's name on Dead or Alive? That the obvious Bruce Lee
character. He was one of the most obvious Bruce Lee characters, and he was like Korean or something, wasn't he?
Yeah, I was gonna say not one of the best ones though, but he was super obvious. I have to look it up. I don't know his name. All I did on Dead or Alive was play with Ryu Hayabusa.
Yeah, I play with Ryu. I play with the ninjas.
And Zach, crazy ass Zach.
Zach was crazy as hell.
Man, what was that dude's name?
Like, I'm not gonna be able to figure this. I mean, hold on. Let me see.
John Lee.
That sounds right.
Something.
That sounds right.
I just found.
Yeah. Yeah, that was him. Yep. Jeet Kune Do fighting styles. Yeah.
And he had like the little spiky hair.
Yep.
That's my top 5, man. Before we get out of here, Chris, you got anything that you want to put us on or put the fans on out there? Something they should check out.
I guess I'll make people privy to conversation me and Hero have, man. I want people to hold these companies' feet to the fire for performance. Do not let them jip you on performance. Do not do it. Like, because you guys are going to go spend, if you want a 120 hertz television, you're going to go spend somewhere between $1,300 and $2,000 like Hero's about to do. He's about to go drop $2,000. And I'll be damned if I go spend $2,000 on something and pay you $500 for this console, which is basically a PC. I could have went built a PC.
Good point, man.
And y'all give me games that are 30 frames a second. Fuck you. Not doing it. I've literally told people I don't give a fuck how good something is. I'm not playing it if it's 30 frames a second. Like, we're not even having a conversation. Like, you're not getting my money. We ain't talking. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how sweet it looked. Like, I love Ratchet & Clank, bro. I love it. One of my favorite game franchises. When I saw that shit was running 30 frames a second, I said, look, bro, y'all better be telling me that the final release is higher than this, or you ain't getting my money. Like, I'm just not doing it.
It's a legitimate difference. I used to think the frame rate didn't make a difference, but then I moved my PlayStation Pro from downstairs to upstairs on the TV that has support for 60 frames per second, bro. It's like a whole different game. I'm like, yo, what the fuck was I doing?
It plays different.
Yeah, even Pokemon looks better 60 frames per second.
Yeah, bro.
And I was talking to my boy Aaron, who we might all have to sit down and talk to, because Aaron was putting me on game. He was like, bro, Nintendo makes mad 60 frames per second games. Like, I was like, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, that's why they sacrifice graphical power all the time to make sure the frame rate is where it needs to be. Yeah. And I was like, damn, I didn't know that, bro. You know what I'm saying? So look, just not doing it, bro. Do not let them do it. So Assassin's Creed, not buying that shit. Like, y'all better have a fucking performance mode for that shit. I'm not buying it. I don't care.
Wait, Assassin's Creed, they haven't confirmed 60 frames per second?
30.
How is any next
4K 30?
How is any next gen game not 60K?
Because they're focusing on graphical fidelity. And I'm like, look, man, I'm all about
That's part of it, though.
I'm all about this performance. Yeah. I'm about to go get this new ass TV, which is HDMI 2.1, pumping that 48 gigabytes a second. You know what I'm saying? Which is why you gotta buy a new TV with HDMI 2.1. Don't buy nothing from last year, because LG is gonna hold you. That shit is running 40 gigabytes a second. You're not getting 120 frames. Okay. And like, look, bro, they've been holding niggas with the software update, bro. They hold niggas. Cass found that shit out, bro. They was about to fucking renege, bro. They was about to overthrow the company. Like, what? But nah, man, I just want, especially, you know what I'm saying, my black people, bro, get more in tune with things technologically. This is where the world is going. Your kids are gonna outpace you one day, especially, if you do have children. You're gonna wake up one day, they're gonna be on book face. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to be like, what the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? And they
I've
got,
already noticed it. Like I got a nephew who's 15 or something, 14 or 15. And I got a chance to watch him grow up, and I was lucky to grow up in a house that was where we had a computer. Like I've always had a computer, right? Like I always had access to technology, and he's taken to that shit even faster than I did. And it's only natural, bro. It's only natural.
It is. So that's where I'm at with it, bro. Just embrace that shit, man. Embrace that shit and go learn about it. Learn about what you're about to buy. Learn about what you're about to pay over $2,000 for.
I agree.
Please do.
What about you, Hero? You got anything you want to put the people on?
And we kind of talked about a lot of the stuff already. God of High School looks really, really good. Super excited about that. Vinland Saga, shout out to that.
That shit's fire.
What else? And really, man, just kind of. Oh, also for my TV watchers, Snowpiercer. I just finished watching the first season of Snowpiercer. Based on.
Is that with the train?
Yeah, bro, that shit's dope. It's really dope. It's based off the movie that Bong Joon-ho, the guy who did Parasite. I'm sure I pronounced his name wrong. That's his. He did a movie version of it. It's based off a short story about this some French dude wrote, and the movie was fantastic. But even more to the point, the thing that is dope about that, and you know me, bro, I don't have my overstanding hat anywhere nearby, but I will put it on. That shit is the wokest shit ever, bro. And they got the dude from Hamilton. They got the David Diggs to play the main character, and so the main character from the movie was white first, and they replaced him as David Diggs. They gave that nigga some locks, and this nigga is a fucking wokety woke blackety black ass nigga, and I'm totally here for it. It's fire. It's it's basically a really quick synopsis is that it's a post-apocalyptic world. The world is frozen. Climate change happened. The world froze over. And the only way that humanity is surviving is that they're on this perpetual motion train that keeps moving. But the way that it's broken up is that basically all of the people who got a chance to board the train had to pay like $1 million a ticket. And there was a class of people who kind of, as things were hitting the fan, like broke in and basically held the back half of the train hostage, and they became the quote unquote tailies, and they just get treated like shit. Basically, the farther in the back of the train you are, the worse your situation is. It's basically a metaphor for class. Mm-hmm. It's really heavy-handed at sometimes, but sometimes you need to smack niggas over the head with your ankh and your laser eyes and your overstanding. So
that's facts.
Fucking goddamn.
Right. I feel you. All right, man. So check out Snowpiercer, man. You already said it, man. God of High School. Y'all check that out. It's only one episode in. The manga was fantastic, and the show has all the potential in the world to be one of the all-time greats, man. Y'all check it out. Episode 43 in the books. Y'all give a shout out to my guy, our best friend Chris here.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for coming through, man, with your technological expertise and your mind on gaming and technology. We appreciate it, man.
Hey man, I appreciate you guys having me, and believe me, I tried to not get nerdy as hell, bro. I toned that shit mad down. You know what I'm saying?
No, you did. I've had those conversations with you.
We all have our niche, our thing that we have to tone ourselves down of getting like super nerdy about, like mine is wrestling and like martial arts and stuff like that,
Mine is probably Star Trek or or if you really want to get like really super sweaty and a little bit woke is like the history of black music. I fucking love talking about that.
Now that we can do because I got time.
We all have our things where we have to tone it down a little bit, but we appreciate you, man. Thank you. Episode 43 in the books. Thank y'all for listening, man. Make sure y'all check out my new song, Liquid Snake. Is out now. Me and Hero are working, man. We got some new things coming, man. So y'all stay tuned.
Hey, man. Look, man. I might not be on here again for a while. Look, bro. Jared's dropping that. He's dropping that. See, I called him Jared again. Noveliss is dropping that shit this year, bro.
Yeah.
I am super excited for this project, bro. I am, bro. Just from the, I've been wanting to hear Nav like on some nerd rap shit for like years. I mean, and I'm the one that kind of, I fucked up, y'all. Like, I was like, yo, Nav, man, you got to get in your bag, man. Like, people got to hear how you feel. Like, and I made them turn that shit off. You know what I'm saying? I was like, dog, I got to get him back. Get him back. So I'm happy for that, man.
He's back.
I
It's fire.
Yeah, man. So y'all,
mad references, bro.
It will be here.
Look, I listened to the, I'm not gonna, how do I say this? I listened to the record based upon sci-fi, sci-fi, how do I say this? Sci-fi hunters, all right? And I've been bumping that shit, you know what I'm saying? Mad times. And I was like, yo, dog is back in his bag. He's back on the saddle. Man, I love y'all, bro. I do. I love y'all, man.
Hey,
Man, y'all super positive for the culture, man.
Thank you, bro. Hey,
Appreciate you.
Welcome back, hero.
Episode 43 in the book. Peace.
My word is my sword, Hokage and Batosai, pulling the blades out of the forge, yo. Prior to my knowledge of the Force, was thinking Jedi, but through obtaining holocrons from both sides, I'm under gray skies. Everything that glitter ain't kyber crystal, my mind will lift you. In this time we shine together, disarm your pistol, yo. Welcome to the SwordCast, SwordCast. My wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast, SwordCast. My wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast. SwordCast.